Yes, I was tired of it. Off. Okay. And turn to page 7 of the prayer book. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. We know, supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides and said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best Lord, to you I prostrate. With supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. A Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage. To all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud, see conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of gods, hearts, protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, good like cloud. O Lobsangrakpa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. None but you committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deed. Venerable Gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Lobsangrakpa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Nik me te wei te chen raising, dream me gyampe wampo jampel yang, du pong malu jom ze sang wei da, gang chen ke pe Urgyen Tsongkhapa, Lobsangrakpa jabla so wade. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainment of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root Guru, take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted 3 jewels. Thus have I heard at one time, the Blessed One was dwelling in Urgyen on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics, that is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomena. There is no I element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth up to no aging and death and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying on the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in a state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how Bodhisattva, a great being, should train in profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the Great Being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy, supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis, Tayata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisoha. To the power of truth of the exalted three jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four maras, be stopped, may become non-existent, may they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti Kuriya Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse, harmful conditions, may all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Sashi Paki Jukshi Meto Dram Riva Blingji Ni Te Gyan Pari Sangye Jing Du Jing la che pa shuk je tsu lama dam pa ke na ki cho ku ka la Suchi, Dagi Chunyan Gi Pesonam Ki, Drola Penche Sange Drupasho. Joran Choke Jonam La, Janchu Badu Ragni Gyap Suchi, Dagi Chunyan Gi Pesonam Ki, Drola Penche Sange Drupasho. Joran Choke Jonam La, Janchu Badu Ragni Gyap Suchi, Dagi Chunyan Gi Pesonam Ki, Drola Penche Sange Drupasho.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
How's the weather? Warm?
Maybe the plants will get some rain.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. Hope so. Yeah, plants are very dry. Of course, we don't get much rain this year. It's very bad for what's the environment? Environment. Anyway, maybe we hope some rains, get some water. Also very bad for a lot of animals. They don't get water. The human beings, they have also different ideas. They can do so many different things. They're like animals, they don't get water. The plants, they don't get water, they have nothing to do. Like especially the plants. Like Buddhism, we don't believe that plants have souls. Soul? Yeah. Same as like human beings. Sentient beings. Of course they have souls, the power of the they can live under certain times, but not like sentient beings' soul. It's different. Some people say plants have the souls. Souls, correct? Soul? Mind?
Yeah, soul is different.
Soul is different, right? Not same.
Or sentience.
Life?
Sentience?
Life.
Yeah.
It's really life. Plants have the life. In Buddhism, we don't say life, same as human beings, sentient beings, but they are also life. Now, some people, there is a reason that plants are alive. Plants have or has?
Plants are alive.
No, plants have life.
Have life.
Yeah, have life?
Have life.
Yeah, have life. You don't say? People have life. You don't say? People life?
People are alive.
People have good head?
Had a life.
Yeah, people have head, is correct?
Yeah.
We don't say we have life.
We don't really.
So we are alive. We are.
Okay. Okay, she have life, he have life, can we say that? No. The she life.
Yes.
Oh. She life. Is she life?
Is she alive? Yes.
Is she person or life? It's person and life is different. It's Tibetan tradition. But Western is the same. The person and life is different. The person is not life, life is not person. It's different, it's complicated. Anyway, the person has mind. It's correct, right?
Yeah.
Oh. What's the difference? Person have mind and person have life. Is that soul?
No.
Soul is more Christian.
No. Soul is universal.
Yeah, soul is universal, right?
Soul is an eternal essence, that's something that's.
Yeah, soul is not just one religion. It's
Many.
it's all
Yeah.
beings have soul. Soul, Tibetan called soul. Soul, yeah. Soul,
Soul.
yeah, yeah.
Life.
Or life.
Life.
The soul means what?
Soul is a Christian concept of an eternal essence.
Oh.
Eternal mind.
I think there's something that says like an atman.
Soul is life.
Okay, then soul, okay, life. Anyway, some people say the person's alive, but no, truth is alive. Like one reason is, good reason. The tree is here no water. The waters come to here, this area. Then under the tree, how is it called this? Roots all go to this direction. They shows they're looking for water here. But we don't believe like that. It is alive. Of course, they have also power to reach the water. It's not only the power of the tree, the power of the water and tree, when the magnet put together, then they were more close. Like we explain like that. Anyway, therefore plants need water, but the Naga doesn't give water. What to do? Anyway, it's wonderful. Buddhism or not doesn't matter. If you believe religion or not doesn't matter. Our purpose to study some religion, anything, to a happy person, to relaxed person, to peaceful person. Right? Therefore, some Buddhism repeat again and again every day, same like that. But it means to more important to try to be more familiarized. To make more familiarized. Familiar. Yeah. Therefore, even the Lama Tsongkhapa say, first listen to Lord about the Geshe Tsulga monster. The second, you combine all the whatever you heard, what you study. The last, you put into practice. Means it's a 20 years lesson, and 20 years put together, 20 years meditation, not like that. Every day, anytime, any moment. First you listen, it's correct. Then you think you put together, correct. Then you put into practice. Right? Sometimes we know. Although some Kadamba masters say, 20 years we never heard, we never thought, good action, bad action, dharma, non-dharma. The 20 years we say, oh, I have no time. Then 40 years. Then after 20 years I say, I will do. 20 years, then 60 years. Then time to. Right? Like this we happen, right? We have 20 years we have go to college, go to high school, they're busy. Then after 20 years we have to start our life. The 20 years, then also we have to take care of our kids, or say, okay, I will do when I got retirement. Then you retirement, our mind is already very weak, then our body is already weak, then we couldn't study. Therefore, the Lama Tsongkhapa say, are you going to study? Yes. When? Now. Today. Are you going to practice? Yes. When? Now. Today. So why? We don't know when we're going to die. Death is very sudden. Sudden? We say tomorrow and dead, die. Which one? Die or dead?
Tomorrow we can die.
Tomorrow we're gonna die.
Yeah. Die and tomorrow. Which one comes first? No one knows. If you are very clairvoyant, they can tell. But that's not certain. Right? Is anyone give a guarantee? Like science, the people selling things say, okay, this vegetable lives, you can keep 20 days. Like milk, you can keep, they give the dates. Because they already put together the machine. People make that. You know. Now our life is not like that. Because it's not our hand. It is very strong. Karma, we call karma. Another word we say cost or condition. They are more powerful. Right? Like we get some problem, then we go to the court. We don't have any power. The judge has power. He says yes, not, he can decide like that. But also he also, not just what he likes, say yes, he don't like, say no, not like that. He or she also research the reasons. Then he decide, which one more makes sense, which one more not more. Then they decide. Like India, also you can pay some money for church. And then they say, oh, he's good, he has no problems. Because he already got. Also in India they said, if you get the big position, also you have to pay a lot of money. Then we say, oh, why you always taking money for it? Because I already paid the seat a lot of money. I have to, how you say, bring back. Yeah, I heard, India, there, big guys here. How you say? 5 generals, the stars. It's biggest guys, the police guys. But you can go to under the table, then they can just very compelling. It's not very serious. If they're serious, also India very serious. But this is not serious. It's okay, then just can let go. Like that anyway. Why we have to talk about that? Karma. Or karma. Therefore, karma is very powerful. You believe or not, doesn't matter. If you believe karma or you not believe karma, it doesn't matter. We say, oh, I don't believe karma. Why happen we have always problems? Continue, one finish, another one. One finish, why we didn't do any bad things, we say. I'm a good person, right? We didn't really recognize we did bad things. But we have all the problems, like any kind. Like everyone, like we have like a public problem or individual problem. So many problems. We say, why does it happen? We just think about second way. Okay. This is not my wish, but this happened. Right? This is what Buddhism we call karma. Karma is someone we did action previous time. Then when they meet the condition, then they have the problems. Like that. But this case we have to think about more. Also, we do have very strong self, what is it, self? Grasp.
Self-cherishing.
Self-cherishing. Ego, especially we have subchasing. The person has a how much big subchasing? Subchasing? Sub-grasping? Is what difference? Sub-grasping and subchasing.
Grasping is holding.
Okay.
And cherishing is like loving yourself, like you think you're very important.
I think, yeah, like they both are like seminal. The who person has a how big like that is there more problems. Because they don't think others. They think always myself. Then what do we think? If no one serve us like that, then you have problems, right? You always like to candy all the time. You don't give, everyone doesn't give candy. You always problem. Always you like to go to watch movie. You don't have time. You have to do other things. You don't get a chance. Then you get also not happy like that. Because we don't get our wishes. Like subchasing and sub-grasping is like we have very strong wish to our ourselves, right? It's very similar, right? When we got a lot of wishes, our goals, we don't get, we get mad. We're not happy. It's like very similar. Therefore, Buddhism is not someone just judge, okay. If you do that, it's good, not bad, not like that. Just all come from cause conditions. Okay? Like that. Then we have to think about more, research more, investigation about Buddhism idea. Not just, okay, Buddhism is very good, I'm going to study Buddhism. Not like that. It doesn't work. Then one day you say, I love to my books for donation for center. It's not very good science, right? Therefore, takes time, slowly, keep going, change our own thoughts. Then it's really change. Because we have three refuges, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Buddha is the who finds the refuge, or who teaching for refuge for us. The Dharma is the real refuge. The Sangha is the who practice or refuge. Like example, for our daily practice, for like 10 non-virtuous action. If you say, I don't want to do 10 non-virtuous, I don't want to do that, it doesn't work. We don't do any actions for 10 non-virtuous action. You get it? Actions, you understand? Do you have to call Tamjung?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Therefore, we don't do the action, we don't do the result. Right? Body, speech, mind, or any different. Therefore, we boycott is a stop.
Yeah, boycott, yeah.
Boycott may be not correct, right? This is not.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah, we boycott any actions for 10 non-virtuous actions. We have less problems. I'm really sure, less problems. Because we don't get any experience for doing that 10 non-virtuous actions. Okay? Do you understand? Yes, no? Is a boycott or bite? What's it? Bind. Abandon. Okay. Abandon any actions 10 non-virtuous. Then we don't get any experience for doing the 10 non-virtuous actions. Is it better? oh boys, nah. I just call Tamshi better. Otherwise we waste time. But today we're going to a different way. Sometimes you can see me, sometimes you can see you guys. But I don't know it's work. Okay. Tamsula's here. You can see you guys. Lou. 쇼들레 고대 고대 do you guys want to see Damchu? He's there. 네. 고도 통도.
고도 통면 내 저랑 얘한테 빠지려나? 빠지는 쪽으로 봤어 저랑.
빠지 가고 고도 통도 해줘. 아래 내 고도 초도 줘야 돼.
내가 나도 내가 다 빠지들 지 수다.
빠지 파셔는 네.
네, 내가 고도 따도 타버리게. 빠지 파쇼 나 파고 싶어.
다.
It's too hard. It's like to the same.
뭐니? 내가 들으셔. 맞죠?
Can you put some pepper? Still high? 저 고도 통도 해.
여기까지 고도.
그지 고도.
고도.
Yeah, how you do a little bit because this doesn't stay here. No.
This moves up
다
I think it's nice, good.
다 통도 해.
Right? It's good.
저 고도 통도 해. 다 고도 통도 고도 저 통도 가래. Hello. It's cut. Hello. Is he talking?
Maybe it blocks the. Maybe the paper blocks it.
고도 갔어.
아래래. 저 고도.
나 고도.
중앙 고도. You guys see Tomchu? He can see you guys. 야야, 다시 나가서 가서는 다들 막 안에 덴바시골 그러시냐 있으러. No, it's okay. 아니 가서는 다들 막다 덴바시 안에 그러시는 가서 그러시냐 있으러.
So we're going to talk about the fourth noble truth, just from where we stopped last time.
With her? Not her?
Can you put it up too high because it'll give feedback? I'll try. See what happens.
Yeah, try high.
You can try that other way.
I think I try this one. This is better.
Yeah.
No, not high. My one. High here one.
Yeah.
Put down my one a little bit down.
Down.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you talk go there?
고도.
You hear you guys? Better? Or very strong? Did you hear that? Did you guys hear you? It's better? You can just hear or you good?
It's good.
Okay. 그래서 당가도 가상을 처음에 덴바시티 걸 마다 nd시 마운틴 파운틴 도 있어요. 오늘 다 덴바시티
So now we're going to
yeah.
talk about the four noble truths gradually from where we stopped last time.
Her? Do you hear? Hard to her? Maybe use that one. Bring that one. Can you get up? Yeah. Okay, make him use that one. Good sound. Oh, sounds up there. This is the problem. We have to upside down. Do like that. There's the problem. Is that upside down? Loud of Jala, go there.
고도.
It's better? Yeah. We have to do the thinking about. Okay? It's better? Can you say something? It's better?
Yeah, can you guys hear?
With her? Better? Okay. See, we have to think about it. It's Marco. Tana ganzo Marco with the upside down. Yeah, Demba Shide ganzo, ganzo number Sanji, Yona Mena. And then Yamle Sawa. Any Tangu Business of Telam Papi, that Lacha of Chadi.
나도 계속 대체로 돼요.
쳇 그래나.
The the connection. So anyway, you guys can hear me, right? All right, so the Four Noble Truth, which we've been talking, so we'll continue with that. And the Four Noble Truth, is the basic, main of all the teachings that Buddha taught, talking about general things as they are, according, in accordance with the reality.
그래서 다 나도 가서 저도 쇼랑에 가고 되었어. 내가 근주라 레지 근주다 놈을 근주 니레스 다 동안다 저기 자와는 고대이시 고대 도시지 탑스 TV 차들 남대연라 고대 토발라 람냐들은 구스 대තර신데 동아 시발라 라로 첨보는 속에 동아 제다 truda 섬삼바나 요발레스로
가라데 니마 주시더라.
니마 주시더래 되고도 말해. Do you know what page number?
Page 431.
Page 431 도 알아도 사.
Section 256.
네, 다 알아요.
Section 256. Huh?
If, I don't know, I've lost track of where we were. I have my note there, but
Okay.
256.
잠시 그거 돼.
Cool. So it's 431. And the second paragraph, we're talking about the origin and originating karma and originating delusion. The truth of cessation is the thing resulting from an absence of something. The path is the means to achieve the truth of cessation.
It's cutting a little bit.
And then after that, it talks about thinking about the general sufferings of samsara. So you say so there are different sufferings. The suffering, think about the three, so 6 sufferings. Just explained in the Great Treatise part by Lama Tsongkhapa.
아니 나도 빠르게 메워서 자. 이거 고음도. 마도 소리냐서. Can you maybe now I'm the technology person and talking person. No. 내 빠르게 메워서 하면 돼. Read it. 다 그거 돼. 그것도 저런 빨리 메워서 돼. 나도 빨리 메워서 돼. 빨리 가네. 어디? 따야고 거기다. Take the order. This better, right? I think yeah, without picture, better. Yeah. You no karma tree, see the damn chew. 안 통되게 돼.
Let's go.
Yeah, this is better. Picture take.
얘네 통되다.
아?
네, 쌤이다.
세요, 저는 빨리 간다. 빨리 간다. 마음에 봐줘도 너 티도 난다. 스피커를 치낸다.
네, 스피커. 스피커이다.
된매 마서 나매서 간 동무다 줘.
통면도.
이게 다 스피커 치내 채스 너 차서. 따지나 페스 템 맞이다. 페스 타우 페스 콜랑치다. 다 good.
Good.
Okay, it's better. It's more clean. It's good. Do you guys heard?
Yeah.
Not cutting, right? Yeah, they'll be able to cut. Also, enough to sound loud. It's good.
Loud enough?
Okay.
Okay, good.
Therefore, you know karma tree, see the Tamshin face. Get more karma, okay? You want to see? Also, Tamshin not karma tree, see you guys.
Yeah.
But that is the Tagazo, that is 다 같이 둥아 아니 근주세에 같이 둥아요 제대로 근주라 그래더라.
And so when we talk about about the true origin, is talking about the origin of suffering, right? So where the suffering originates from.
그리고 아니 텐지 둥아다 자베 자와들랑 가서 고대라 그래서.
And so that kind of suffering, when we free from that kind of suffering, freedom from that kind of suffering is called cessation, true cessation.
그래서 텐지데 아니 고대 냠살라발라 때네 아니 둥아다 자베 자왕 고바서 말 람데 냠살라는 발라 때네 둥아다 자베 자왕 고바서 도고요 그래서.
And so how do you achieve that kind of freedom from suffering, the cessation, the true cessation, is by practicing the path, the true path.
그래서 텐지게 아니 다 근주방와 셔발라 아니 근주근 되고 아니 둥아대 하고 그래서 둥아 무슨 그래서.
So in order to abandon the true origin, the cause of the suffering, so you have to first identify the suffering.
아니 jelamen라로 둥가로 낸 시자 내티 전나 빠자라 나도 나사로 담보 나사대 하고 대 나사다 하고네 아니 디니가 나사다 가와 용어도 아니 내게 나사대 제대로 와서요 와 될지 바래스.
And so just like it is said in the Sublime Continuum, or Uttara Tantra, that the sickness is to be known and the cause of the sickness is to be abandoned. So first, you have to know the sickness, and then you have to, see where it comes from and abandon that.
근데 지나서 가로서 미가가 마모치 알리지도 알리지. 담보 알리지도 알리지가 무슨 산에 딱 알리지는 내 노고다 내가 노고다 안 전화 알리지 요하고 지다 강가 매와서도 아니 조시에 싸금에서 아니 지금 신도 싸금에서 다 마모도 왔어.
And so many of us, we have these allergies to certain things, right? And so first we have to find out that we have an allergy, and then we find out where the allergy is coming from. Yeah? So then we stop those things that brings the allergy, like fruits or flowers and things like that brings the allergy. So we stop that.
그래서 알리지만 뭐 말씀아 알리지 가와용 그 지등 가서 대체 지금 말어 왔어.
And so if we don't know where the allergy is coming from, if we don't even know that is the allergy, then we will not find out the cause of that allergy, right?
어때도 근데 인자 아니 담보 선지 좀 내가 누가 시바 차서 말했어. 누가도 마시나 누가 이제 빵데 걸로 싸워는 식 말했어.
And so therefore first Buddha said understand the suffering. Understand the suffering. If you don't understand the suffering, if you don't recognize the suffering, then you will not have that wish, wanting to be free from that suffering.
Is it
like that?
강에 나오진 제백깔라 강에 들라 타야게 탑시 좋은 것도 강에 봐 무마서나 애들아 탑시야 제식 말어 왔어.
So when we're facing some problem, we try to resolve that problem. But if we don't know that problem is a problem, then how will we be able to find the resolution for that?
그리고 그래서 담보 둥아대 하고 와지. 아니 둥아대 하고서만 다 둥아대 가와는 용원도 둥아라 저여도 점문도 둥아대 지금 셰바보지 셰바다 셰바 말해서 다 둥아대 가와 용도 대다치 제고 그래서 와.
So first understand the suffering, then find out where the suffering is coming from. Is there a cause for the suffering? Is there a condition for this suffering? Is it created by somebody, an external force or something like that? So we have to find out that.
그래서 누가 제멜에 쇼와이나 땅아서 소주자요 말해서 개개체요 말해서 와.
So if the suffering comes without causes and condition, then there's nothing we can do about it.
아니 동아도 미치게 소요나 아니 다 믿어서는 이러와지야 돼. 딱 구싱하다 동아 마테로 치콜이야. 아니 가서 안다고로 쇼와지야 돼서 와.
And if it's created by somebody from outside, then we go to that person and make a strong supplication or request, to not give us that suffering.
아니 동아가 제대 딱 빠지나 아니 한 것도 소리자요 말더라.
And if the cause of the suffering is permanent, then there's nothing we can do about it also.
오 두지 따지도 다 동아 되니 동아 제 매와이나 양 것도 개개체요 말더라. 코랑 컵도 갈려와이나 내가 것도 소야요 말더라.
So if it comes without cause and condition, then there's nothing we can do. If it just comes by itself without cause and condition, then there's nothing we can do to not have it again in the future.
배 자샤와는 감도 참바이 보나 참바데 가와는 용도 용색이 지체 가르래샤 가르치는 용도 대따지 제다 지면 된대 지 따지 요하게 지체다 아니 지 남시다 소소고 주본 차니 매바에 맞지 그런 홉도 갈래는 가서 소액 해요 말아 거다 가딜나 레와리 가딜는 로아 맞지 해요 말아
So just like when we have a cold, if the cold just comes without any cause and conditions, without the weather or anything around and affecting, if it comes just by itself, then there's nothing we can do to stop it, right?
Right, it's correct. Where come from cold? What the conditions they come like happen? Where the birds come doesn't come all the time. They just come one sometime. Some people. Yeah, your bodies may be weak, whether they change. Yeah. Yeah, that's reason you have so many so many causes, right? Then you call the cold like that. Then we have no place. Okay, we don't know where come cold. I don't know. Then no one knows. Then we have nothing to do. Just okay, the cold coming. Okay. Then we know that. Then also we take some medicines. How you go well like that. 대도 치바텐데 아니 다 대우도 치하자 말아 다 둥하게 저스 근주 사이들에 자스 근주 사게 다 말이 봐 몸바 미시 받는데 땅가도 무슨 거 그래서 와
And so then just like it is explained in the teachings, we have to find out the cause of the suffering. And now here it is explained that the cause of the suffering is the origin, or true origin. So the true origin is referring to, just like it says here, the originating karma and originating delusion, but especially in the delusions like ignorance, attachment, anger, and so forth.
다디 쪼데 짜와서 된 거니 지난 다 말이 봐서야 돼 안에 다다다면서 단자 안에 딱 안드 때려라고 그래서 와 단자 안드 써야 돼 다치 바로 와
So when we're talking about the ignorance here, it is referring to the root of all the the delusions, the self-grasping ignorance, or grasping of the true existence.
당게 강하게 쉬서 왔어. 난도 jel아야지 다다다 난도 세 내차 세당 코로 세대 야만나 녜세 야만나 나 나라고도 세지 단 배나 내차로 제나 야만나 나라고도 세지 야만나 녜 남이 챙기라고도 세 드리드는 내차 챙겨래서 코로로 제와나야 야만나 나라 코도 야고 챙기면 되잖아 야만나 녜 남은 일을 야고 챙기면 돼 근데 나다 나야바 가는데 제요래서 또디 나자돼요 그래서
So all these delusions, the other delusions like attachment, anger, comes from the self-grasping ignorance or grasping at the I. So it always happens. Like when we have attachment to something, says I want that, I want this, and so forth. So it's all because of I, or my family needs this, or my family needs that, and so that kind of the attachment, either for oneself or for one's loved ones. So it's me or mine. As mine, right? Me or mine. And then also the same with the anger. So when we get angry, it's all because of the I, because it's somebody did this bad thing to me. Somebody said this bad thing to me, to I, and then because of that, then we get angry. Or either to our family members or to our friends or close ones. And so it all happens by grasping at either I or mine.
That's correct. Samla chanasu samla tangun o dengun reda samchi yongde o tate nambe ko shedan yere samdang dos chanasu.
So how do you feel about that explanation? Do you feel like, it really makes sense, it's like that? Or you just think, this is just the way Buddhism explained?
One example. Did you yesterday get mad? Chanasu bena kesan kinye bena kono saso wes.
So did you get mad either yesterday or day before yesterday?
다 chanasu 까만일에 무슨 저 삼다 그랬어. 나 담보 코로 가라. 야마나 내 삼도데 제 마소 내 가라 내 마소 세면. 야마나 콘도 가라 야보 제 마소 세도. 드네지 코 지제 세요.
So think about for next 2 minutes. Think about the case where you became angry, and what was the case, of becoming angry for. is it because of somebody didn't do this and this thing for you, or somebody said something bad to you, or what is it? So you think about that.
Yamana ngach, Yamana ngem nami timse, ngem na, Yamana nge lega chesa, Yamana nge motachi, Tindi Misi Chojani, not to Korulango was.
So it's usually either me or mine, right? Because of me or mine. Because of, somebody said something this bad thing to me, or somebody didn't do what I want them to do, or somebody said something bad about my friends, my family, or my my job, my car, and things like that. So it's all because of either me or mine, right?
Okay. Do you find when you get mad? You have, okay, I got married yesterday. Maybe not. You all Buddhist sadhu was. Okay, can you find? Do you get married yesterday? You went like unhappy feeling? Okay, now you check. Like how you say? Western say, okay, go back. When you say, okay, close eyes, okay, what happened? When I watch always how you say? The hatch. Yeah, there's some, TV show. I always watch them, then they interview people. Okay, what happened for you then? Okay, before that. Then now the person close eyes, they explain. Okay, there's some guys coming there, they do that. And then, like show you the pictures. Retail, like that. Now you guys, okay, close. You guys get married yesterday? What? You turn on. Kare chukambre go shirabe. Chukambre go jasha go share kare. Okay? Do you got married? Go do. Do you got married yesterday? Or day before yesterday? Okay, think about it. Okay, why I get mad? If you don't identify when you get mad, you cannot think. So the corridor was silent and do
So if you did not get angry at all, then there's nothing you can think about the case. But if you did, then think about that case.
Okay. Do you get mad yesterday? Or day before yesterday? Or last month? You don't want to cross otherwise. Like that, okay, now you think about it, okay, how can I get mad? Maybe.
Why did I get mad?
Why did you get mad? Yamana Michi Ngalaya Anichi Magawachesons. Yamana gets some sort of Magawachesons. Yamana gets somebody you couldn't Yamato, Tenich Shochi Yongos, Tenerendu.
So either it's because they didn't like me, or they didn't like my idea, they didn't like the way I said the things. Is it because of like that?
Yeah. If you parents, you think, oh, my kids doesn't listen to what I say. I told them to go homework, do something, they didn't listen. Then he said, you have nothing to do, just get married yourself. Correct? Then you give some idea. People doesn't listen to you. Then you get bad. This me, okay? This happened? This is not Buddhism, right? This is the reality, right? Sometimes Buddha, His Holiness the Lama said, compassion and loving kindness, no Buddhism. If you only religion, there's no religions. If you think about only religion, it's very small. How you say? Chub
chub. Yeah, it's thinking of a very small, very small portion.
니제당 샴바세된 거는 다 샘시 송장에 강할 요르고 강견념의 체질로.
So loving kindness and compassion is something that we should all have. All sentient beings should have. It should be practiced by all sentient beings.
Okay, like that, like this kind. How you arrest? 나도 코로 간지 사게 와. 내가 간지 저도 나도 남바 주보고 남비 못도 이메나 코 주주로 와. 진 남비 뭐 강갈 용판 집바용 거래서. So
it should be practiced by everybody, then it becomes more global, big. And otherwise, if it's only something practiced by Buddhism, then it becomes very small portion, So also same thing about the delusions, like attachment, anger, is something that to be abandoned. It should not be only practiced by Buddhists to abandon it. It should be practiced by all the people in the world, and that way everybody will be not facing that problem that comes from the delusions.
Correct? Okay, now you identify when you get mad. You say, I don't want to say. Yeah, we don't want to say that just okay, that day I got mad. Like yesterday, in the morning, maybe 10 o'clock, I got mad. Okay, why? Maybe my boss said bad things for me. Maybe I say for them, they don't listen to me. Maybe my wife doesn't do things. Maybe my husband doesn't do things that. There's so many things. Correct? It's true? Then we change the second way and say, okay, maybe they don't do good things for my family. They hit my car. They put trash in my front of my doorway. People get mad, right? They bring their dog my backyard. Like that kind. You say, oh, it's my eye there. Okay? Like that kind. Me or my. Like angry. I'm just talking about angry, okay? And the angry come from me or my. Right? Ngadang ta ngela chik. Ta ngadang ngai ba do ta kanji tenela tendi ani suzula madeva de on kuro yong was.
So based on either me or my, so saying something bad, doing something bad to either me or my, then we become angry towards others.
다 대대 찍바지 다 내장으로 되와이나 찍바 찍장용 거래 들어봐.
And the same with attachment.
들어봐. Okay. Like that attachment got better 가졌어. Your attachment, so many things we have touched. He said, I want. Also, I want for my family, my kids, my things. Like that. The only two ways, me or my. Is correct? Only Buddhism way or this reality. Therefore, today the third thing is
So the root of that, comes down, to the I, right?
다 남배가 가르는 딱 나도 채워래. 딱 나도 가wan도 직 채워래서. 나 가wan도 마술도 직 수수 채워래서. 에데다 수수 삼만은 직 나세 녀요 말다 요 말이스라 그래서. 수수 삼만 아지.
So now Buddhism explains, so just as it comes from the I, then where is this I? What is this I? Where is this I? And now the way we think about the I, is very different from the way the I really exists. So the way we think about the I does not exist. That's why it says, selfless.
Okay. Now maybe hard to think about me. 다 야만도 소소고 조보 소소고 조모라고 지. 근데 존 says 존 가르래샤. 집바차다 존 가게 되래샤. 동바들에베 수보차다들에베 강바들에베 락바들에베 조나들에베 식테나 너무 누수예요 말했어.
And so it becomes a little bit hard to find the I, the oneself. So maybe try to find one's friend, someone called John, right? Who is John? Is it his body? Is it his face? Is it his, stomach? Is it, the part inside the stomach? Which one is John? So we cannot point our finger to any part of his body and say this is John.
데려다 두전 두든 직전에 저 얘기돼.
So can you, when you search like that for John, do you think you'll be able to find John that you can point to?
Correct? Maybe now you guys we are all grown-ups. It's my husband, my wife, or my boyfriend, girlfriend. You can search that time, okay. She's my girlfriend. Which one? That time we have very strong touch. Where you guys first time meet, very strong touch. During that time you also very solid. 티가블라타 미세게 고 차바디 온게 파줘와데 슈치모이 가서 롤 샤기 was.
So at that time, when you are attached to somebody, when you first meet, when you start to get attracted to each other, and then you think about that person, that person becomes so vivid, very solid to you.
다 텐디데 따시는 다 가게 되죠. 고들어 깜바들어 라바들어 수보들어 깨셔다르나 파 태는 거 니야요 말이지.
So when that person becomes very vivid or clear to you, like, existing from his own side, and that is the time when you should try to look for that person, and then see which is that person. Is it the head, the leg, the hand? Which one is that person?
도시 파트는 요말 땡고윤에 들어와 가서 강가 세나 동의하면 좋았어.
So when you look in that way, or when you search in that way, there's no way you can find out anything. It's true with not just a person who's vivid at that time, but even with anything. And when you try to look for that thing or person in that way, you will not be able to find and point at it.
그래서 나도 나베게라다 다 메시지 때려 들어와 다 메시지 때려 그러지.
And so that's when we relate to the self, that's when we say there's no self.
그러와. 그래서 텐디 뭐네 매와 토백을 놓더라 다 다음에 토백을 다 대응원에 자네기지 다 동하게 싸워 매와 성에 때려쳐 되어서.
And so when you come to realize that, when you come to realize that self doesn't exist in that way, then that's called the wisdom realizing selflessness. And that is the main mind, or wisdom or mind that can eliminate the delusions.
그래서 다 다음에서 주로 고발해도 들어요. 다음에서 고발해도 들어요.
So now you can understand what selfless means.
그러와. 근데 다음에는 아니 다 그냥 요 말씀에 그냥 요 말에 와서는 갈라서 아 요요래서.
So if you say selfless, then does that mean that self does not exist? No, the self do exist, right?
그러와. 나라송은 봐 또배 봐 따따와지. 아니 그 메디타니 샤도 되게 메디 콜레가 제도 그래서 와 보이나 보길래가 보면은 다 제도 그래서.
And so because there is a self, there is the I, there's the self, there's a self, there's a person, who exists, by through imputation, on the basis of imputation, by imputing as such and such. And so when you impute based on that imputation, that person can perform the function. So if he's a male, he can perform the male. If he's imputed as a male, then he can perform the function of a male. If she is imputed as a female, then she can perform the function of female.
다 가서 내 단한테 잔투도 값들은 가서 값을 미다셔야 왔어. 내가 팔 따지는 코 팔쳐야 돼. 그거 값 줘야 말았어.
So this, the cup from where we drink our tea from is called cup. So because it's called cup, therefore it became a cup. If it was called pot, it would be pot.
Yeah, we call pot, we call cup. When we have drunk tea, we say pot. The pot become tea, tea. This is not pot. Pot we call cook the food. We call the place, but maybe too big that. Like that. 내가 또 미 가리 따다로 자기서 와. 미 파다 왔지. 미 따와 나시 파주대 샤워 셰도에나 된지도 와.
And so we call it certain so and so. We give a name to it, and then we have the definition of that name. Okay, cup. This is called cup, and a cup is supposed to do this and this. So that's how the cup is defined. So when that cup is able to do the function of the cup, then it's valid, to call that thing as a cup.
도시는 다 도시다 다 동화 접근 주셔야 돼. 나도 머리 봐 하고 잡아라. 다 나도 매워서야 돼야 돼. 나도 매워서야 돼. 정말 나도 배워 봐. 타와서 도와하고 그래서 모델해야 돼.
So now the root cause of all this suffering, all the problems of the suffering that we face, is a self-grasped ignorance. So then when we understand the self-grasped ignorance and see whether it can be abandoned or not, and then say yes, it can be abandoned because there is a true cessation that you can achieve.
다 대저 오늘 다 대 동아 빠야가 탑이 가는 다 람공고 그래. 다 다음에 또 오시나 공고 그래.
So and then how do we achieve that cessation, the true cessation? So in order to achieve true cessation, we have to practice the path. And then it explains the true path. Then the true path here is referring to the wisdom realizing selflessness.
오케이. 근데 이제 마송도마 담보 둥아하고 왔지. 근데 둥아 제대하고 왔지. 다 둥아 타에 타와다고 왔지. 타말라 다 둥아 타에 타와 토라 람공고 고르 두시 고름로 두시에요. 시타잖아.
And so first you understand the suffering, then you understand the cause of the suffering, and then you understand the cessation of the suffering, or the cause of the suffering, and then you understand the path to achieve that cessation. So that's the process of understanding this one noble truth.
근데 담보가도 나사 담보 나사대 난고 나근데 어디서 나사대 무슨 마치로 와? 아니 님바데
So first you understand the disease.
아니 님바들다 나사대 타얀 두도 문도 나사대 가르는 나사 제대 아니 나사 가르는 나와티 자와대 하고 마치로 와?
Then you understand where the disease is coming from, the cause of the disease.
아니 나사대 타얀 두서마다 나사대 타야대 하고 그러 와 대다 다들 타야 탑질라 아니 타얀 두스 다들 숨바도 타고 그러 와. 다들 타야 가지고
That it can be cured.
다들 자야라 가지고는 어다 멘토고 그래서 아니 저랑 기타 칼라도 사다야고 시고는마 아니 나좀 담아도 제가 와서
And in order to be cured, then you have to take the medicine, and you have to control the diet and so forth. So that's the last one, the path.
오케이 공름도 두고 온다 공름도 correct
So that's the process, the stages of the process, right?
다 jel라 깨당 로진 가라서 다냐 가래 냐 jel라 깨당다 냠용 용도 때 가요 그래서 와
And so, but the way it is generated in our mind is little different.
그래서 배나 담보 나사로 나와야나 나사도 만나면 걸 나사 요하고 제때 그냥 조사로 와서 담보 나사 제때 줘 근데 그냥 저 나지 아니 대라 맨데 아니 신이 내를 잡아요 그러 와서
And so, but the way it comes, to us, first there is the cause, right? Without the cause, there cannot be disease, right? So the disease that we are affected with, it has a cause. So there has to be a cause first, and then from there comes the disease. And then, in order to be free from that disease, you have to take the medicine. And then once you have taken the medicine, then you can be free from the disease.
Correct? Like example, you eat a very spicy food, you get stomach. Who gets the problem? Do you get the problem, stomach ache? Spicy food, right? Example, who gets sick, you get sweet, sugar? No sweet. Anyway, spicy always makes the stomach problem. Therefore, first, like you eat food, then they cause you get sick. Before you don't eat, you cannot sick. Like example, today the tambo so kala kata odesa. Kala tatu se kena teni, ani nganzo chogo de na. Tati na wada tango me do la, me de ento. Ani nani ga chogo tando was o tu se ba.
So if we have a problem in our stomach from eating spicy food, then it is the spicy food that causes us to have that problem, right? And then in order to be free from that, then you first take the medicine, and then you'll be cured, or you'll be free from that problem, stomach problem you're having from eating spicy food.
It's correct. It's process like same. Today the nganzo te chiba ngor ba. Today tambo nganzo tambo mishibe ongi sozo kade meji mila nyora ji shi yamana ide no te. And then pajo we sozo la yamaka wa deje. And so
same with the other things that happens in our life. So we're not able to keep our mouth shut and say something to others, and then that person hears it, and then the person says back, says something bad to us, or things like that, and then so the problem comes from that. So the cause of the problem is from saying the bad things that we said to others.
Okay, that too. Today, nando rotandi abuji lola ngone. Tandere redu sama chena ane suzu te kaya tapsiyon gores. Suzu redu no tade nabi shetare samna ko samin jawaj roto mare sero.
And so if we can think that's how that these things are, then we can then we'll be able to apply means to overcome that. Otherwise, if we just think like, oh, this is how it is explained in Buddhism, then that will not help us to search for the solutions and practice the path to overcome it.
Okay. 다 동아 시바샤 담보다 네 로도 동아다 저기 자와는 고대 투지 타드 지비 차들 남대 토발라 고대 토발 남대 냠슬랭 되나 동아 시바샤 발라로 침보는 소리 동아 제다 주기다 섬섬바 레스 다 제미 동아 나던데 섬 차원지 동아 나는데 늘 디데스 단단 코와 시당 시 동아 삼발라 사치 주글레 동보 네바미베 동아 단 코베 님도 송거서
And so, just like it is said in this text here, there are two origins, origin in karma and origin in delusion. The truth of cessation is the thing resulting from an absence of suffering. The truth of the path is the means to achieve the truth of cessation. In order to achieve the truth of cessation, one must put the truth of path into practice. In order to understand suffering, one should think about the 8, the 6, and the 3 kinds of suffering. These are discussed in Tsongkhapa's Great Treatise of the Path. Human suffering comes from the 8 kinds. The 3 sufferings include the suffering that pervades all conditioned phenomena. And then thinking about the general sufferings of samsara, this has 6 sections. The first one is the ban of uncertainty.
다들 네바메바스나 가지 다 그러고 다 네가 못답하지 된 거죠. 못답하지 된 거죠.
And so when I say talking about the uncertainty, it shows the nature of impermanence.
그러와 아니 뽐보이바나 가디나 뽐보 차대와시 아니 요보이나 가디나 요보 차대기시 야 내가 대와나 야 지금 딜리 대와도 내 가디나 대대와라고 오다 간지 토메 자지 지루서 간지 다 네바요 말해서 와 또 맞다바나 싶어요.
So it's so for if you are a boss, you will not remain a boss all the time, or honor all the time. And if you are a slave, you will not be slave all the time. And if you are happy, then that happiness will not last all the time. And so that kind of thing. So there's no certainty to what you experience.
아니 저 보이나 밑에 거나 가디나 보이바 보모나 따바지 보모이바 드네요 말스러와.
So if you if you are male, doesn't mean that you will be male in every life. If you are female, you will be female in every life. So there's no certainty to that.
아니 저 냐라오나 따바지 냐지네 제다바다. 아니 지금 준저오나 따바지 저저 드네요 말스러와.
And if you are born as a fish, it doesn't mean that you'll be born as a fish in every life. If you're born as a snake, you'll be born as a snake in every life. It's not like that.
어떤데다 아니 미바나 단단한도 찾아 미래서 지지나 롱아가 지래 로쭈고 지래 가도는 미카시 지지나 뭐들이 자치오들이 제시바르더로.
And so right now we are all human beings, but in maybe 5 years, some of us may be born as a worm, in the ground, or a bird in the trees like that.
It's bad sign. I hope not. Okay, 다들만 간지 찍는 집안 제작면 가서 들만 지금 되셔 줘. 다다들 예밤에 바른도. 오더랑 공밤에 봤는데 아니 장소 되는 봐. 대체당 로지로 송도 와서 네. 내가 샤리비가 가리가리 세워서 세워는 데리가 가지 님이 로지로 송고였어. 내시 찍는만 얘기 작으면서 고마도 밖에 막 가지 네가 아니 단 도면 자좀 깨와도 해봐요 말. 그 가디는 제로로 송고였어.
So here talking about the ban of the uncertainty. I'm not going to go through each and every word. Here, it's talking about there's no certainty to what we have. The status and all these things. There's no certainty. And also it talks about this with the story by Shariputra and so forth. So you can just read through the whole thing.
아니 다이바나 간에 딱 봐야 다자고 말해. 쇼게 다 공단이 장어봐. 쇼게 니 공단 다자고라 용어로 왔어.
So the enemy doesn't remain enemy all the time, and a friend doesn't remain friend all the time. Somebody who is friend in the morning can become enemy in the evening. Someone who is enemy in the morning can become friend in the evening.
좋아. 배차로가 배 인제 오셔야지. 그냥 저한테 대상 다 지지 미세가 아무렇게 롱만을야. 바디 창사자들 소소 내와는 이 자격으로 와서 지났어.
I have a very good example for this.
Sorry.
that I would like to share with you.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the marriage, in America especially. Yeah, so first you get married, with each other. You throw a grand party and call many people and do all these things very very nicely.
근데 답은 곳에 소수 내가 나지라 와서 스치가 파마다 빈자가 전한데 찬다자고 파티 차트자고 되는 말을 왔어.
So and you do this all because you wished for it, right? It's not something that someone else, like your parents or other family member, force you to do that.
양도 배벨 웃을라더니 버버모 파티 주는 미긴 더 많이 나야 파메가 파 냠도 주는 차다자 야가라더니 내 때는 말을 왔어.
So like in Tibet or in India, there are traditions where man and woman they get married as arranged marriage through their parents. So they have never seen each other. The first time they see is on their wedding night.
그래서 다 대놓은 거는 지금 이런 뭐 마든 코 디보스 책 주는다 그 리원으로 와서 그 라운드만 받치 소셜으로 와서.
So that in that case, it makes sense, to get divorced because you were forced to do that. You didn't like each other, right? You didn't even see each other. You were forced to do that.
단 내일 말아 소수 내가 나지 소수 야트 마트 파트 소수 내가 너 제기로 왔어.
But here it's not like that. Here you did from your own wish, right? And you looked at you have seen the person, you search about the person, you dated the person. You find out everything about that person, and then finally you say, okay, I'm ready to marry this person.
좋아. 그런데 소수가 가지 소수는 내가 나지 제와로 왔는데 소수 내가 나지 제와로 왔어.
So this, you did just as you wanted to, right?
디가블 지나는데 차다자시고는 다 주는 종국이라고 왔어.
And then at that time, you got to the point where you say, okay, I must marry this person. If not, I will kill myself.
다 던지기 잡아 슈치 뭐 던지기 파트 때와 슈치 몰래 돼요 와서.
So you kind of have
던지 요까래
attraction towards each other, right?
근데 로카시 땀거나 나와 가시 야나 로카시 가시에서 로 숨주 쉽지 지려야 아니 같이 하는 것도 와서 다 대가로서 이런 통화시 말이야.
So on such circumstances, people become separated, and they get separated from each other or divorced from each other, either in like a few years time or in 10, 15 years, 20 years, or even like after 30, 40 years of living together.
와 던지다 다 내마가 차다자 말아가 시기 생에 shum마 나 코도 카가지 말아가 시기 생에 초송을 했어. 다 될 다다니란 아니 가로 다 가로 다 세우면서 가로다 아니 다니 망해 말이야 뭐로 왔어.
So at the beginning you said, if I don't get to marry this person, I'll kill myself. Then at the end you say, if I don't get to divorce this person, I'll kill myself. So you change, there's no certainty, to your relationship, right? Yeah. So before, it's like a friend. Now it becomes like an enemy. So there's no certainty to that friendship that you had at the beginning. It all comes, to not wanting to even see that person for even a moment.
근데 요도 해.
Do you get like that?
Together, right? We can see every day, right? I think the Western marriage has a tradition, it's a very good example for impermanent, talk about this way. Like Tibetan tradition, or India also like that. Very rare to, after their marriage, divorce. But right now, 24th century, they also do like that. But then the tongue under the chick lock shocking that. Then the show nibas, but the tongue. 이방 애밥이 왜냐면 대바죠. 근데 내 샤샤기 있어.
사모님들 오세요.
넘버 없어요.
Yeah. And so now we're going to read this section. This the outline number 256, all the way down to outline 257, talking about the man of being dissatisfied. Okay, so we can all read it together.
together. Then reading, thinking, then go back to home, read again, just meditation, okay? It's true or this just Buddhism, the just story, okay? Yes, yeah.
The band of uncertainty. You may sometimes be reborn in the upper realm, but as long as you have taken rebirth in samsara, you have not transcended suffering at all, because samsaric happiness is totally untrustworthy. Let us take the example of our past and future rebirths, our enemies, friends, parents, and so forth. Change places. Once a family's old father always used to eat fish from a pool behind the house. He died and was reborn as a fish in that pool. The mother was attached to the house, so she was reborn as the family's dog. The son's enemy has been killed for raping the son's wife. Because the enemy was so attached to her, he was reborn as her son. The son caught his father, the fish, and killed it. While he ate his meat, the dog, his mother, ate the fish bones, and so was beaten by her son. His one little son, his enemy, was sitting on his knee. Shariputra saw this and said, He eats his father's flesh and hates his mother. The enemy he kills sits on his knee, and the wife gnaws her husband's bones. Sometimes it can be such a fire. Also, as Nagarjuna's letter says, fathers, sons, and mothers, wives, person can change. Enemies become friends and change back again. After death, those in samsara have no shred of certainty. In other words, although we are sure our enemies and friends, etc., will always be that way, and we cannot rely on really be so certain. Friends in the early part of our lives can become our enemies later, and in our lives, our enemies can become our friends. And this holds for wealth and poverty. Someone who was rich yesterday could become a beggar today because he was robbed by enemies, and so on. These are obvious things and change from moment to moment. Pabongka Rinpoche then told in detail the story of the householder, Srijata. The Srijata saw a snake coiled around the corpse of a woman, a great tree being eaten by insects, a man being hit by many yamas and underlinings wearing different masks, and the skeletons of a sea monster the size of a mountain, chen, and so large that it could blot out even the sun. Then Mongoliana took him. The first of these was the rebirth of a woman much attached to her own body. The second was a man who responsibly misused the Sangha's food. The third was the rebirth of a hunter. And the fourth, that was the skeleton of a past life of yours, the Srijata. Once king's minister asked the king how to deal with the certain criminal. The king was engrossed in a game of the chess and absent-mindedly said, execute him according to the law. Because of that, the man was put to death. When the king finished his chess, he asked what they had done with the man. His ministers told him the man had already been killed. The king felt great remorse, but was still reborn as a sea monster because of the sin of having the criminal executed. A long time passed, some merchants who had gone to sea in a ship were sailing towards the sea monster's mouth. The merchants were terrified and took refuge in the Buddha. The sea monster heard them taking refuge. It shut his mouth and died of starvation. And its corpse was carried to the shore by the ocean naga. The Srijata was first reborn, a king, then a sea monster, and then a human being again. This is how uncertain samsara is.
Good. Okay, when you go back, read this, think about more, okay? It's also 21st people's life. It's very... So
go back and think about it and see whether it accords with our day-to-day life or not.
근데 가도 샘랑문이 어떤 때문에 내려서 소소 거하잖아 아니 나줄라 뺐다 신의 대화 도와대 때문에 그래 빼야고 그러더라.
And so by understanding that, if you really see that this is how really things are, and then you generate that faith by understanding. And then that's that faith. In Buddhism, through understanding that, you generate, it becomes very stable faith.
가나 대야원은 소소를 팽그랬어. 시행간도 남의 출에 팽그랬 기자마다 소소를 팽그랬어.
So if you have that experience and understanding, then that will help yourself. It's not saying that it will help Buddhism, but it will help you.
Okay? Okay, any questions there?
Geshe Tenley, you know now they have divorce parties in America?
Oh, really? Oh, good. Yeah, this is funny, First they say, we come together to party, everybody is right. After say, I'm very glad to for them to party. Really, it's happened?
Yeah, and there's also a study that they did that there is some arranged marriages still in the United States. There's more than we could even imagine.
Yeah, like that happened, The people think in so many different ways, yes? Yes, it is, but it's really rare. Yeah, it's maybe hundreds, maybe we said 2, 3, but very, like when I was there, maybe, I don't say never, that very, very rare. I think now, especially the Tibetans live also West country, they are heard lot divorced, Still, it's not that much. Yeah, before, yeah. Still they do. Yeah, but not same as before. Before the parents, also their lineage. You rich, you looking for rich kids. You poor, you don't get it. Also, you just go your own. And India also, they never. I don't know. Tibetan maybe they can see after they talk, then they can see each other. India never saw. As west side girl come to east. Just marriage day, they bring together. They never see. Also, in India also not much less. Like, the church. Some that kind also a little bit. Karo tako the rawa tego mari ni chata. Shita yago mari was.
So they're not been given the independence, to do that. So that's not good, right? So they're like kind of being forced into doing that.
Independent cheta na yata ngazo ndawa na chicharo was.
But if we have too much freedom, then it becomes like a problem like we have here in America now.
Delana ta pugi phamala kijame be kangi. Ane phamega ane te pugin de wan chepta mata be kangi. Ane choga de chemeni chik ta tawa mata be kangi. Kanda rawa chera ne was.
So like here in America, you have the parents, have a problem of their children not listening to them. And then children have problem of their parents not being able to fulfill their wishes. And then a husband and wife have problem of having different views and all this. All this because of too much of freedom, right?
Sometimes pugus lagdo. Nga lo choji na nga rawa to kores. Ngara khamba ngara lega chese. Ste susu gauro chendo. Ina phame japche na ani pugun thola ma bro do wastene.
So some children, they say, oh, when I reach 18, then I can, get out of this house, I can be free, I can do whatever I want, and so forth, But then if the children don't have the support from the parents, then many children, go bad, right?
Then the family japche the trawaina ani pugudra ma chikangi thek do. Then the and the susu rawa te long she mashiwa chan do. Machine te ne ngoi.
And so many children, they go bad, they become bad persons, or go through so much problems when they don't have the support from their parents.
And then, Pukashi and the Lord of Janata, so don't go to the Pamal Muchin Mata Pano was.
And so then some children, again, when they become independent themselves, then they don't even care about their parents. They just care about themselves and they just leave the parents.
And the Pama Shido Choy, Pamangia boy, and the Pukali think or something.
If the parent is rich and they're about to die, then the children will come back. Is it like that?
Tanto Shidang Kazuna. Tako, that looks like that Tenimambo Young was. And taking the Mambo.
There are many cases like that here, right?
That Chichilaka, so I think winning is simply what ladder was Kongu. Winning the ladder was.
So the real affection is not there, right? It's the It's the attachment, for the possession.
나도 미 조보래봐나. 제자라고 조보나 조보 땜보여 말했어. 근데 샘띵이 조보나 조보에 땜봐요 그랬어.
So if your friend is a friend because of your wealth, then that friend is not very reliable, right? But if that friend is really friend, with affection to each other, then that friend will be really good friend.
그리고 다다 재미날 때 내용도 왔어. 부모도 줘야. 저가 제 친구들 같다는데 다 로게마게 요 말다. 포르토에나 부모 주주도 로게 고jel다는 로게. 나 샘강게 좋아 돼봐요 말서.
So like in China nowadays, many girls, they go for rich person. So if the rich person is even if he's like very old at the age of her grandfather, she would still go and marry. So that's not good, and that's not because of the love towards that person, but because of person's possession.
뭐 고자다 궁을 따대 뭐 공을 콜따가 막다 고시고 되더라. 와서 코까지는 잡다.
So she's not looking at him, but looking at his possession, and actually she's waiting for him to die so that she can have all his possession.
Right? 저도 도와라 저지에 포르토들에게 이시아가 보물로 주도 tindo고 도와서 다 그게 돼 이제 응을 따는 거였어 봐. 네다지 예말사 공공거다. 그네 장보청에는 말했다. 시구 전에 무대 배가 잘라내가 답시겠어.
So you see here some very old Westerners with a very young Asian wife. And so I'm not saying everybody's like that, but in many cases it's like that. Yeah, so they're not really here really with that person because they love that person, but they're there because of person's possession. So they're waiting for the person to die so they can have their possession, the person's possession.
그래서 샘 딘이 떠오면 아니 그러나 봐주고 야보 제가 말이 간지네 야보 제가 말이라고.
So if she doesn't love him from the very bottom of her heart, then she will not treat him well.
If tomorrow the guy bankrupt, then she will run the next day. 어떤 데서 가디 나가서 샘 랑게 받세와도 빼면서 같이 모셔요. 그래서 봐.
So therefore, it's very important to have that affection from the mind, from your heart, really.
Okay, like that. Do you think that's true? Some true, some not true, right? But if we think about more like that, also it's not time change 21st century, but also more people have more delusions. Also people have not contentment. Then we have a lot of problems. People have always, you have one, you need two. You have two, you need three. You have three, you need 4, 5, 6. You have the more power person, you need more power. You need more power. You have the rich, you need more, like that, always problem. Because we have no contentment, then we have a lot of problems. Okay? Any other questions? Okay, thank you. Now go back to read this again, think about more, okay? Yeah, that's true. I'm also very bad with the stories, but you guys very well. This also teach for us, Lamrim, dead impermanent. Not just talk about fun stories. Okay? Okay, thank you. Toshana Damjula.
Toshana, thank you everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.
Page 39. It's on? It's on, right? Yeah. Good. Yeah, good. Saji Perki Juxing Metuk Drum, Re Rappling Genie De Yempati, Sangu Jing Du Make Te Uwagi, Droku Nam Dak Jing La Chupa Shuk. Jetsu lame kutse rapten ching nam kardrin le chok chu gia padang lo sang ten pedrun me sa sumgi drowe mun sel tak tu ne gyur chik idam guru ratna mandala kam niryatayami. For my two collections, vast the space that I have amassed from working with effort to this practice for a great length of time, may become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may be held in your loving compassion for all my life's Manjushri, May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing, using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion. May I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded course to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Rezik remain in life till samsara end. Savor of the snowland teachings and transmigratory beings, who extensively clarifies the path that unifies emptiness and compassion. To the lotus in the hand, Lord Tenzin Gyatso, I beseech, may all your holy wishes be fulfilled. Page 49. Short long like prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Tuk Tsul Chang Jing Jam Gung Gyao Wei Tenzin Kyong Pao Wei Kun Zo Dok Ko Tse Jok Sum Kur Wei Leg Mun Tu Dru Padak Sok Du Jay Kun Du Jap Ten Shok. We'll do page 49, the prayer to always meet with perfect teachers. Your form embodies all Buddhas, your nature is that of Ajadara, you are the root of the three jewels, homage to you, O Gurus. In short, I seek your blessings so protected to be cared for by you from birth unremittingly throughout all my lives, and thus to become your chief disciple, holding every secret of your body, speech, and mind. O Protector, please grant that all be auspicious for me to be foremost among your very first circle of disciples, wherever you manifest Buddhahood, so that all my temporal and ultimate wishes, without exception, may be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. In all my lives, never separated from perfect Gurus, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma. By completing the qualities of the stages and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Ajadara. Furthermore, in life after life, may I, pleasing him in return, be forever fostered by an accomplished Mahayana spiritual master, the source of every virtue of this world and beyond. In his care, may I acquire in him a firm, unshakable faith, pleasing him by every means possible, doing nothing even for an instant to disappoint. May my spiritual master impart to me every instruction and every teaching in its entirety. Having understood them faultlessly, may I practice them and be able to bring them to perfection. May I never even for a moment fall under the sway of malevolent teachers and misleading friends. Having developed in every life belief in cause and effect, renunciation, the body, mind, and the pure view, may I embark upon them continually with effortless experience. In every life, may every virtuous act gathered by way of body, speech, and mind be causes solely for the welfare of others and for the purest and highest enlightenment. Page 57 at the bottom, prayers of dedication. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Miktema. Make me say, wait the chen raise it, dream make yam pay one po jam pel yang gang chen. Good. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you very much, Geshe. We have coming up Big Thing Family Day on the next Saturday, the 24th, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Stacy, Martin, and Tara, they're organizing it. The kids need to be here around 2 o'clock. Well, at 2 o'clock, Geshe will for the kids, a big treat. Will be leading them through the center, to the Gompa, the center, and even through his room. So if you have friends, kids, bring them along. The more the merrier, plant those seeds. so that's it. Then we've got a big Kuru Puja on the same day? 25th. The Sunday. We have a big, we have a Guru Puja at 4 o'clock on Sunday. It's being sponsored by a Tibetan family. Please come join us. It'd be wonderful if you could be there. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then after that, we'll have Venerable Tenzin Choki. She's going to be here from, she's arriving around about the I can't remember, the first week in October, the first full week in October is when she arrives. She teaches on the first Wednesday of October, the Wednesday, Thursday. She's teaching on compassion and how to bring it, you're controlling your emotions. Like, she's got a series of teachings on that, and then she's got one weekend teaching on Bodhisattva vows and one on the 12 links of dependent origination. And please be in touch. As always, we need many volunteers to help. Simple things like room setup, cleanup, getting groceries, whole bunch of things. We'll include that in the newsletter. Also, for both those days, if you're planning to attend the weekend, we'll have vegetarian potlucks for those days. We'll maybe not yet today, but in a newsletter we'll send out maybe later this week. We'll have sign up genius for that. I think that is it for now. And thanks again, Geshe.